Hello everybody, welcome back to the second part in a multi-part series. In this video we will be going over the changes to all of the spaces and the properties. So if anything that relates to the properties is going to be in this video and the spaces. The next video is going to go over specifically the chance cards and the community chest cards, and then this new deck I have down here. Well, I'll probably be referencing this deck in this video, but I'm going to go over more specifics. So this video and the next video are not going to be necessary to watch because everything I'm going to describe today is going to be in the changelog itself. This video is just a visual representation of those changes. Well, in regards to the spaces, obviously I can't show, advance versus move. Well, I could, but I can't really show that without kind of drawing it up. Advance versus move. That stupid rule that stupid sounding rule I added. Some French word I added. Yeah, I can't really do that here. I'm not going to do that here. That's not the time and place. So let's get on with the video. I'm going to play as the red. I'm going to play as the red pawn for the representation. So, as you can see, these two spaces, Mediterranean and Baltic, I changed them back to brown. If you've played, I guess, modern versions of the game, they're dark purple. I wanted to go with the classic view for this, so I went with brown. So the next change is income tax. So pay 10% or $200, whatever is cheaper. So in the spreadsheet, it does the math for you. If you land on this space, it takes 10% of what you currently have if you have less than 2,000. And the reason why, if you have over 2,000, it's more expensive because 10% of, like say 10% of 2,100 would be $210. So you just take the 200 max hit. So off the bat, if you take 10% of 1,500, you lose $150. So obviously not everything is going to be a smooth round number. So that's why we have the spreadsheet or a calculator to do the math. Next we have the gas station. This is a new utility. So utilities received kind of a small buff. Let's go over the card. So it's the same idea. The rent is based on the current roll and the amount of utilities owned. So if I own 3 utilities, it's 20 times. If I own 2, it's 10, and 5 times. So we'll see how strong that is once someone owns the property. I want to see the dynamics. I want to see what people think of that. Let's see. In jail, just visiting. So not much has changed. The only thing that has changed is the bail. So on turn 1 it costs 50, turn 2 it costs 75, and then on turn 3 it costs 100. So 50, 75, 100. So on the third roll, if you can't get out, if you roll doubles, you don't roll doubles, you have to pay 100. It's just a slight nerf. And another thing too, when we go over there was a slight change to the get out of jail free cards, and I'll go over that when we get to it. Next is the exploration space. Exploration and optics, these do the same exact thing. They're called artifacts. It's a new type of property in the game. The way the artifacts work is that upon purchase, you get the property card. So I purchase it for $100, and they each have a base rent of 20. For each artifact you own, you receive 1 golden trophy. Then with that gold trophy, um, you can place it on any property you own. So say I own St. Charles. Um, I also now have this property, Exploration. I can now put it on St. Charles, a gold trophy, and what it does is it increases the base rent by a flat amount of $50. And then say I roll around and I land on Optics over here and I purchase it. Okay. Um, I now get a second one, and I can put a second one next to it. And when I have two, the base rent goes up by 125. So the playtest is going to determine, if this is strong, if this is too weak. I hope it's not too strong, so I can buff it. But I want to see what people think of that mechanic as a whole. And yeah, I'll go over some more specifics, but that's pretty much what it does. If person lands on it, they pay $20, and you get these trophies. So we'll see. And the ruling on how and when you can move them is in the changelog, so I won't be going over that. Oh, that's a different video. The bank, this takes free parking, replaces free parking. So free parking, the house rules of free parking state that the money collected from community chest, chance, income tax, and luxury tax go into the separate pile. And then once someone lands on this space, they receive all the money in the pile. There's a slight change to that. I'm first of all making it an official rule in this game, so it's no longer a house rule. It's a rule that is embedded into the game now. And the only money that gets added to the pile is anything that references taxes. So there are cards in the community chest and chance deck that reference taxes. That money gets put into the pile, and income tax and luxury tax get put into the pile. But that is it. That is explained in the changelog too. The next space is NASA's space travel research. A new mechanic. When someone, say if I land on it, what happens is this deck over here, we shuffle it. Shuffle it multiple times, and you draw the top card. It says Baltic Avenue. This means that I have to now advance to Baltic Avenue. So, there is no go money for this. Okay? So, if I pull the card and I just so happen to advance to Baltic Avenue, I don't get go money. There's no go money. You just essentially just get advanced to that space. So that could be interesting. And it's every single space in the game. So hopefully I can maybe go to jail. So if I pull go to jail, I advance to go to jail, and then I perform the action. So if it's an unowned property, you would have the option to purchase it. If there's someone else owns it, you have to pay the rent. So if I land on advance to go to jail, I have to then go to jail. So it's pretty much a warp deck. It's pretty much a warp space. And it's not optional. You have to warp. And optics, I explained that earlier with exploration. Same deal. Then luxury tax, it is a progressive tax system. View the changelogs for the example, and also look forward to the example video for when I do examples. So that is it for all the change spaces / new spaces. I'll go over the one property that I haven't gone over. So this is craftsmanship. It's the third artifact. So you may have noticed that there's no space for this. I'm going to go over in another video how someone would purchase this. And if you read the changelog, I think you you'll know how to purchase it, but I will not be describing how to purchase it in this video. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, which it will be the Chance and Community Chest cards.